Good morning po. So, my topic po is about space and equipment. It says here that in planning for library, there should be a collaboration between the librarian, the management, and the designers. So, they have they should have a understanding about the role of the library in the organization, how you can achieve your goals, how the clients use your library, and what are the collections that we need to put in our library. Here are things that must be taken into account. First is location. The library must be visible and convenient to access. Like in building library, when we are building a library, we need to plan where we can build it or where we gonna build it, wherein our future clients can access. Also, it must be suit or fit to the needs of your clients. The next is area use. Library space should be allocated and organized by functional areas. Activities, I mean. In every sections, it should be organized by its functions. Like in circulation, the resources there are general books, general resources. There's no any specific resources there. I mean, all kinds of books are there. So, yung ganon. Parang all kind of books, all kind of subjects are we going to put it there. Like, for example, in GLDM library, there's a section that are divided by its use in Adventist Heritage. The resources there is only about the Gospels or Word of God. So, yan po. So, it should be, we need to plan and we need to organize our resources by its use. Next is area requirements. Open rectangular area is most desirable. Odd spaces can be not as efficient but can be designed to accommodate needs. Communication needs, example cabling, connectivity should be carefully planned. I think for my understanding about this is what I can give an example is the open rectangular area. Like for example, the study carrels, not in an individual carrel, but in a study carrels wherein it suits for group study. Like for example, in group study area, it should be in open rectangular. It should have a big space for um for doing a requirements. And also it's same for Adventist Heritage in our library, in GLDM library. It looks like that. So for communication needs, I think one of example of this is the ITSS should be carefully planned too. So for me, it should not put in a section. It should not combine or to put in one section. I mean to combine it to any sections. It should have it should have a own area. For example, in our library ITSS, in ITSS is one section also. For addition, it says here that when we are planning a small library, the the required space or the required size is 185.8 meters squared for large libraries, at least 929 meters squared. And library since there are a library staff inside of the library, so they should have also an own working area or office. The required or the size should be or the space is 13.9 meters squared, but typically 9.3, 9.3.2 for each office worker. 9.3 lang. So yun. For environment naman is also for environment, we need to consider the temperature. Since somebody can't focus to their studies or to do their requirements, we need to know their needs aside from the resources. If we need to put aircon, we need to put air conditions. Or if we can't afford air condition, simply a ceiling fan, wall fan, or open the windows, something ganon. So, we need to consider the every needs of our clienteles. Some resources needs also a good temperature like rare books and archival. It needs a cold temperature to preserve it to maintain the quality of it. That's one of our responsibility. Not only for our, not only the the personal needs of our clients, but also the needs of our resources. We need to preserve it for our collections also, diba? Then next is in microform. We need also to take care of it to prevent rust para di siya masira agad. So that kahit ilang taong pang dumaan, we can still use it. Although it is an old version of it, at least, diba, we have a collection of it. We can still use it. So let's just care and prevent it. Let us just care to prevent broken, to prevent rusts. So lightning, for lightning naman is our library should not be in a dark mode, diba? How our students or how our clients can use our resources if our equipments are not in a good quality, diba? So let's just put ourselves in their situations. If we are their clients and they are the librarian, then they just put a cheap quality of a lightning, or needs to what we call this, or their lights need to put a new one. Tas ikaw, you are a user, tapos you can't read the books, especially if it's in a if the weather is cloudy, 'di ba? So yung if cloudy, parang pag nandun ka sa loob ng library, parang madilim na din, tapos walang lights or pawala na yung lights, 'di ba? Kailangan natin ng lights to read the books clearly so that we can do our requirements, 'di ba? So we need to address the shadowing, the reflection, the glare, and the absorption. Next is the workstations. This combines both furniture and equipment. Different functions will certainly have different needs. So workstations. Ano ba? Sa circulation, sa ating library. Different functions siya. Will certainly have different needs. It's look like in our area use, parang that if we put our situation and what for that specific sections, diba, we have different needs. So in different functions, we're just internally have different needs. For workstations, different function will certainly have different needs. Then next one is the last one, the equipment. It's a combination of standard office, furnishings, and specialized equipment. Various equipment are needed for various needs. Some of the example of this is the Learning Commons. It is only for those students who are going to do their requirements comfortably, if they want to feel at home. Then then next is the group study area, which is good for groupings or for having a group requirements. Then next one is the carrels for single person. I mean, for one person in every one carrel, and also for offices inside of the librarian office or the director library. They have a table for meetings, and they have sofa for if someone visit that needs to see the director library privately. So that's one of the example for various equipment are needed for various needs. They have different equipments that has a various needs or a various uses. So those are the things that we need to put into our account when we are planning for the or when we are planning for building a library. We need to consider the space and the equipments that we need to put on our library, that surely our clients or our user can use our resources, our library confidently, independently, and comfortably. So I hope that soon in the future, if we going to be a librarian, and if for our when we are planning to build a library, we need to consider all of this so that we can meet the needs of our users. We can satisfy they can satisfy the resources that we put in our library. That's all po, and thank you po.